It would be great if Lu Yin was willing to work together, as it was not impossible. Lu Yin definitely had the 5 signs of the stars as his goal, but they did not have much confidence in competing for the 5 signs of the stars. They were more interested in luck, so there was not much conflict between them. It was not like they did not have a chance to work together, but if they wanted to work together, why not find their eldest senior sister? Mu Ziying looked down into the ground. Lu Yin should be coming out soon. In the blink of an eye, another 10 days passed. Yao Ji's face was gloomy. Lu Yin had actually stayed there for another 10 days. Mu Ziying was not surprised. With Lu Yin's innate gift, it was not impossible for him to stay there for a month. He would have to wait. Who knew how many stars he could control when he came out? There were now more than 200 people in the Mountain and Sea realm, and they were all elites of the Neoverse. Over the past 10 days, many people from the Innerverse had come looking for trouble, but the strength of the 10 arbiters had truly shocked the elites of the Neoverse, and they had been beaten to the point where they could not say anything. The 10 arbiters' names had already spread throughout the Neoverse, but no one had cared at the time. Only the 6th Mainland's invasion had caused the top heirs of the Neoverse great powers to understand the 10 arbiters' power levels. Now the 10 strength was slowly spreading throughout the Neoverse. Lu Yin looked down and saw that his 9-line battle force had actually cracked open. How had this been done? Not only had that stream of energy been able to resist the scripture of Ian evolution, but it had also been able to silently disintegrate his 9-line battle force. Could it be that it could ignore his defenses? Behind him, the stream of energy attacked him once more. It was a very simple attack, but it made Lu Yin's hair stand on end. He raised a hand and slapped Shangqing with an emptiness palm. Another stream of energy appeared around Shangqing's body and blocked in front of him. The stream of energy that should have been easily dispersed was rather tough, and it actually withstood the emptiness palm's attack. Lu Yin stepped onto the ground and used Nightfall. A violent spiritual force swept out and suppressed Shangqing. Along the way, Tai Yuanjun fainted and collapsed to the ground. Xie Xiaoxian's expression changed and she immediately retreated. What a powerful spiritual force. This was a battle technique from the Day-Night clan. Was this guy from the Day-Night clan? Shangqing raised an eyebrow and allowed Nightfall to descend. Everything in front of him turned dark, and this spiritual force suppression could only be resisted with spiritual force. Lu Yin had thought that he would at least be able to make Shangqing feel uncomfortable, and he would take the opportunity to attack with the Dream Finger. However, Shangqing did not have a single opening, and Nightfall was ineffective against him. Shangqing's spiritual force might not have reached Night King Zhenwu's level, but it was enough to ignore Nightfall. Lu Yin frowned. This was troublesome. This was too troublesome. Behind him, a stream of energy whistled past and smashed towards him. Lu Yin's figure flickered as he unleashed 6 consecutive emptiness palms, all of which were targeted at Shangqing. However, they were all blocked by the stream of energy around Shangqing's body and could not advance any further. Lu Yin had no choice but to activate the Use Secret Art and forcefully redirect the stream of energy attacks as he quickly retreated. He could not deal with the ancestral chi of the 3 sons, and he could not even touch Shangqing. Before he could think of a way to deal with the ancestral chi of the 3 sons, it was best to avoid encountering Shangqing. Fortunately, he could use the Use Secret Art to redirect the stream of energy attacks. Lan Si's emptiness palms had been too fast, and Night King Zhenwu's arrow progenitor battle technique had been too powerful. However, the ancestral chi of the 3 sons could unexpectedly be redirected, but Lu Yin did not think that this was a good thing. Since it was known as an unparalleled technique and the #1 technique in the universe, how could the ancestral chi of the 3 sons be so easy to deal with? Shangqing's expression turned solemn as he watched Lu Yin's retreating figure. His gaze landed on the stream of energy in front of him. That attack power is the strongest I've ever seen. Even in the Mountain and Sea realm, you can be considered a top expert, and you have a chance of becoming one of the 5 astral children. He then looked off into the distance and saw Xie Xiaoxian. Xie Xiaoxian watched Lu Yin's retreating figure with a shocked expression. She had just experienced the power of the emptiness palms, and she had been truly shocked. If that palm had landed on her body, she would not have been able to withstand even a single blow. That person's name was Lu Yin? She had thought that all the top experts had appeared, but she had not expected such a person to appear. And if she had not seen wrong, he had used the Use Secret Art. Lu Yin's battle with Shangqing had been very short,
but it had still been witnessed by others and news of it had spread. Of course, the news had only spread of Shangqing's unparalleled reputation, and Lu Yin had only been a supporting character.